Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Hop Takes here on Milwaukee Beer Review. As always, I'm Josh.
I'm Ross. It's so professional with that intro right
You
there.
like that? Yeah, it's pretty good this time. So tonight we didn't have a specific beer that we're both going to try, so we're going to do one of our fancy grab whatever the heck you want out of the fridge that we haven't done on the channel before and share it with the community night. So that's what we're in for here tonight. Um, Ross, I think we're just going to jump right in with you and
All right.
have you kick us off with your beer. So, Ross, what beer are you trying tonight?
So I just was at the store picking up some other things, and I saw this, and it intrigued me. So I got Third Space's Moonrise. So this
Ooh.
is a barrel-aged stout that they recently released. This was canned relatively recently, but it's aged 6 months in bourbon barrels. Each sip of this Imperial Stout shines with notes of velvety chocolate and rich dark fruit. Can be kind of excited because rich dark fruit kind of gives me a little barley wine vibes, but comes in a nice whopping 13%, which is nice. Let's get this poured out. I mean,
That is available in stores now. You just bought that, right?
yeah, I just bought this, I think, within the last week. Didn't even know about it, but it intrigued me. So, yeah, right off the bat, real dark, poured out pretty dark. Head just sped pretty quick. It's more of a, it's got the nice barrel aged head, that little caramel tan head. But very dark beer, kind of hits the description. So, get a little nose on it.
Little nose on the moonrise.
So, the chocolate's definitely there. That barrel aged characteristic of the chocolate and kind of what they say is coming out there. The bourbon is there. The spirit's actually there in the nose. It's pleasant. It's not like a burning or anything, but it is definitely there. Um, that's all I'm really getting. Not much else. Very Third Space nose though. I think Third Space does a good job with what we get. I know we've talked a lot about a lot of the stuff they've done. This one fits the villain. So, all right, cheers.
Cheers, buddy.
Mm. So the chocolate's definitely the star on this one. It's rich. It's not bitter chocolate either, which I really like. It's actually nice and sweet. You get a little bit of that dark fruit that comes right at the end. That has this nice little like sweet and just pop right at the end of it. Um, barrel's definitely there. It's not as prominent down the palate, in my opinion, as on the nose. I didn't pour as a thick beer, but it definitely tastes more like a thick beer. I think that chocolate really kind of coats everything and gives it really a full body. This is really tasty. I really like what Third Space does with their barrel aged program. I think they do a really good job with it. I think it's underrated, to be honest with you. We talk a lot about, rightfully so, we talk a lot about within this state, like Central Waters, Three Sheets. I know we talk obviously Black Friday with Lakefront. Third Space does some really good things with their barrel aged program. It's always solid. I don't think I've really had too many things I haven't enjoyed. This is just kind of a one off release. This is damn tasty.
Yeah,
I know you said you tried this at
I
the
did.
actual. So, did you like this? What were your thoughts on it?
Yeah, so I tried it at the Innovation Brew House here in Menominee Falls. They had it on tap there, so I tried it on tap. I thought it was really good. It reminds me a lot of the base stout that they usually do in their deconstructed dessert series in their barrel aged stouts. Same consistency, same texture, a lot of the same tasting notes. It's a little thinner barrel aged stout. It's not super viscous or anything like that. It's a pretty standard barrel aged stout. I don't know that I got as much of the chocolate fruit as it sounds like you're getting on it, but I do recall it having a sweeter character to it. But it's been a few weeks since I tried it, so it's hard to
Maybe you
say.
have it fresh on tap. I'm getting it a little bit less fresh in a can. That maybe does
Yeah,
something to it that I
maybe.
can't explain. No, I really like this. I'm glad I got a 4 pack of it. This was a nice kind of random buy. I'm giving this a really, really, really good 4. I want to give it 4.25. I can't go that high, but this is super good, super tasty. I don't know if they've done this in the past. I hope this isn't a one off. They don't bring it back. I really like this. I think this is good. I'm excited. Maybe age one, see if anything happens to it. But no, really tasty, really solid, and at 13%, it's you can taste that. It's definitely there.
Yeah.
It's the chocolate and the little fruit in there does a good job with it. So
It's good to see Third Space doing a few more barrel aged beers throughout the year. Like they tend to be concentrated. They historically have tended to be concentrated more in the winter, but they're releasing some stuff a little bit outside of that recently, which is cool to see too. So awesome stuff.
Yeah.
4 beer on the Moonrise. Did it give you a rise, Ross?
Oh, it did.
I bet it did. All right, so when I have the opportunity to just pull something random out the fridge, you probably know where I'm going. So I am going to my favorite brewery in the state in Three Sheeps, and I am going with the Wolf. But this is a special release they did last year. Actually, this was canned in October of last year. This is a special pecans, coconut, and vanilla variant of the Wolf. So they've been releasing a lot more variants of Wolf over the past couple of years. It's been awesome to see. Lots of different flavor profiles. I don't recall this one specifically. I'm sure I've had it, but it has been quite a while since I've tried it. So pours out decent carbonation, not a ton of head there, but it was a slow pour. But that typical kind of chocolatey head on that beer. To the nose we go. It's definitely got a very nutty nose to it. You can smell the pecans. That's really what I get a lot of on the nose. Like pecan and vanilla, I think are the key notes that I'm getting on this one. Now, this has been sitting in my cellar for a year, so that's the nose after a year. Let's see if it still tastes good. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
So it's got that typical kind of Wolf creaminess to it. I would say the creamy characters of Wolf are a little actually more subdued than I was expecting in this, and that could be aging for a year in my cellar as well. Up front, you get a little bit of a spirit bite. You get that creaminess kind of kicks in. You get pecans right away, and then vanilla kicks in mid palate and kind of picks up a little bit of the candy vanilla sweetness along with that nuttiness from the pecans. And that's kind of what lingers out the back on this beer. It's a pretty consistent beer once you get through the bite on the front end of it. It kind of smooths out, and the creamy vanilla, nuttiness of the pecans really kind of kicks in. Now, this is supposed to have coconut as well, and I'm really not getting coconut on it a year later, which is interesting because that's usually pretty prominent in these beers when it's called out.
Coconut's hard to hide.
Mm-hmm. I'm not getting a ton of coconut, which is interesting. So that's faded quite a bit, I think, from what this was probably a year ago. It's a lot more pecans and vanilla, which I'm actually okay with. But I think it's missing that a little bit a year in the can on this particular variant. But Wolf is definitely one of my favorites, and this is not one that you can probably find unless you hit up the brewery directly at certain times of the year. So the pecan, coconut, and vanilla variant of Wolf from 2023, I'm probably going a solid 4 on this one too. The beer is excellent in its current state. I do feel like it's missing a little bit, and that's again probably the aging process, but a solid beer here from Three Sheeps. It's hard to get a bad beer from them. I think the only beer that I've had from Three Sheeps that legitimately went bad was the paid time off.
I just heard that from someone else.
The recent release of that,
talked to me.
they released it, I think it was late last year, or was it early this year? I can't remember when they released it because they brought it back. And I had like maybe 6 cans of it, and only one of them was good after like 6 or 7 months. They all went bad in the cans. That was pretty rough. But for the most part, that doesn't happen with these beers. So
good stuff.
A couple of solid 4 barrel-aged stouts from Wisconsin tonight. Cool stuff.
Yeah, no. I'm not surprised we both went with barrel-aged stout. I was kind of thinking like, oh, I'll do something else. Like, nah, it's that time of year. Let's start getting through some of these, and we got a lot coming up because obviously Black Friday is not too far away. We got to do some preview shows. We got a whole bunch of BCS. We just picked up some old BCS, which I'm really excited about.
I'm pretty good about that. Yep.
No, you're starting to see that guy get out there, that Milwaukee guy that Bobby puts together to show you what's all being released. Last night, it's cool to get that built up. But I'm excited to see what comes out this year.
Yeah, this is probably my favorite time of year for beer, and then we have our Advent calendar series coming up in December. So look forward to that, everybody. 24 straight days of Josh and Ross, and maybe a few guests.
Hopefully.
So, hopefully. Well, hey, have you tried this version of the Wolf? Have you tried Moonrise from Third Space? Let us know what you think about them in the comments. Check us out on the rest of our social media channels. We are on Instagram. We are on Facebook. We are on Untappd. We are on TikTok sometimes. And we are also here on YouTube. So like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see all of you in the very next episode.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.